Do you feel like your music sucks? You listen to the great songs that inspire you, then you listen to your songs and you feel like they're not even close in quality, and that gets you discouraged and wanting to quit making music? Well, you're not alone. I know that feeling, been there, and in fact, every artist goes through that. I know that very well. For the first couple of years that I produced music, for each song I made, even cover songs, I went from heaven to hell 20 times before I realized the song was ready. And you and I need to talk about it. There are some things that took me a long time to understand, and I want you to learn now so you don't end up making the wrong decisions like I did. Hey, how's it going? I'm Thales, pop music producer, and first I want to tell you that I quit music production once a long time ago. I found out that I had this dream, I pursued it for a while, I got discouraged, made the wrong decisions, life happened, then I quit and sold all my gear. Now, ever since I made that decision, my life felt empty. Life without making music doesn't make sense to me. It's weird, but that's who I am. Until the day I couldn't take it anymore, so I went back and I started over. Got some basic gear, a DAW, a microphone, and started producing again. I'm just telling you this so you know that whatever you're feeling about your music right now, I felt that same feeling. And I want to make sure you understand that if you're able to compare your music to an artist that you like and realize your songs are not as good as theirs yet, that doesn't mean your songs are bad. And that doesn't mean you can't be a good songwriter or music producer. That only means one thing. You have a good taste. You know what good music sounds like. And you're capable of realizing that for one reason or another, your songs haven't reached that level of quality yet. No matter where you are in your music making journey. If you can hear that, you're halfway through it. That shouldn't discourage you. That should motivate you to try and figure out how to get there. That's what I wish I had done many years ago. But if that actually discourages you, maybe what you need is patience. We're so used to getting everything quick. Everything is so immediate these days. We can't even wait for anything. Even the things we want to purchase are delivered overnight. There's Amazon Prime and that kind of stuff. These things make us more and more impatient and anxious every day. But success is not an overnight thing. You gotta put in the hours. That's why it's so hard for us to accept this, and making music, like every skill in life, takes time, practice, and most importantly, patience. And the fact that you compare yourself to a successful artist, you're disregarding the long and hard path they had until they figured out how to be successful. It may look like it was an overnight success, but that's not how life works. Whoever you admire as an artist or producer, they went through these dark feelings at some point, just like you. Everyone does. I did. People probably just choose not to show it. You most likely can only see their trajectory after they became successful. And that's not a fair comparison. A fair comparison, which is what you should be doing, is comparing your current work to your past work. Just open your old projects in your hard drive and listen to the songs when you started, one by one, from the day you started until today. And I guarantee you're going to see progress. I bet you're going to find a project or two where you're going to ask yourself, what the hell was I thinking when I made this? That's garbage. And that's alright, that's normal. You already had good taste back then, right? You've been listening to good music since you were a kid, but your music skills, those had to start somewhere. Most people don't think their music sounds right, but when we look back at our old material, we clearly notice we've come a long way. So over time, our skills get closer and closer to our taste. And that's something that will only happen when time and massive amounts of songs are made. And I mean it when I say massive. Everyone's songs suck for the first 100 times. It's part of the growth. Go make 100 songs and you'll see what I'm talking about. When you get to 100, you won't believe how much you've improved. Now, you can be a perfectionist and finish 100 songs in 10 years and take 10 years to improve, but be aware that perfection doesn't exist. Sometimes You just have to accept that you've done the best you could at that particular moment and learn to live with that. I know your art is really important to you, but you're better off giving yourself creative deadlines and finishing 100 mediocre songs in 4 months and improving faster than you thought was possible. It's really easy to feel stuck, but remember, the difference between the expert and the amateur is that the expert has failed more times than the amateur has even tried. Even if you feel like you're not creative enough to make all those songs, even if you have to almost copy a bunch of artists, just put as many songs out there as you can. If you do that, I promise you, you'll not only refine your skills and close the gap between your taste and the quality of your songs, but you also develop your own sound. You figure out what's unique to you. You discover your signature sound, that unique quality that your music has that no other artist can deliver. And that's how you differentiate from other people and get noticed and grow as an artist. That's when people actually start liking your songs even when they don't know you. Because I know ultimately that's what most artists want, and I don't just mean musicians. That's true for any kind of art. Even when we get to the point where we like our own craft, we just wish people cared about them as much as we do. Only you know how much time and effort you put into each project. Am I right? So what I'm trying to say is, go finish songs. Now that's another problem, huh? We never know when the work is over. And the bad news is, our songs, they're never really over. There's always another issue to fix. Even Katy Perry has this problem. I don't think that's what you meant. Anyway, here's how to know if your song is over. You will always hear problems in your songs because you're so close to them. You know all about them. There's always going to be something that bothers you, some problem you think you have to fix. It's that less 1% that we never seem to get right, and we keep tweaking. We laser focus on a detail and lose sight of the big picture, lose perspective, and we tweak and tweak until it drives us crazy, so we abandon it. Have you ever done that? It's okay. Creative minds do that all the time. We are our own worst critics, and we'll hear things that almost no one else will notice. But your music is like your children, and at some point, you just have to let your children go out in the world. Tell them, Katie.
I gotta rewire this brain.
Gotta rewire that brain. So take a break and show the song to someone you know appreciates music. Even better if they know how to communicate musical ideas. Ask for feedback and be vague about it. Don't tell them what problems to look for. Just let them hear it and they will tell you if they find anything that sounds wrong. If 2 or 3 people don't say it's garbage, that means it's ready. Your mom doesn't count, by the way. Also, if you play it in your car and you're moving around and feeling it, that's another sign it's ready. Release it. Move on to the next one. When you're writing, producing, or mixing a song, you can use a reference track to try to match your song to the one you like. Actually, I don't even think anyone should mix without a reference track because our ears adjust to what we're hearing. So we need a reference track to reset the perspective. But once you finish the song, you can only compare your new song to your older songs. That's the only fair comparison. Focus on the progress, not on the immediate results. And it's okay if a week after releasing your song, you're still finding things you wish you had done differently, but that's over now. Just learn with the mistakes and use that knowledge on the next song. Finish as many as you can, as fast as you can. Give yourself deadlines. You need deadlines. Every professional in the music industry has deadlines. The enemy of art is the absence of limitations. A quote by Orson Welles. And since we don't have many limitations with making music nowadays, just make time your limitation. Don't fail your deadlines and don't you quit on music. I don't want your life to feel as empty as mine did for some years. And if you're feeling like quitting, I am sorry, but I'll have to tell you this. Actually, I couldn't say it better than Dory.
When life gets you down, you know what you gotta do?
I don't want to know what you gotta do.
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. What do? We swim.
Sound good? I know you probably weren't expecting this talk, but I had to.
I had to have this talk with you.
Alright, I'll stop. Just remember that there's always going to be a gap between where you are right now and where you wanna be, and that should be your motivation instead of stopping you. Hey, thanks for hanging out today. I really appreciate you watching this video. If you're interested in pop music production, songwriting, and all that good stuff, this is the right channel. Go ahead and subscribe so we can talk again. Sound good? Yesterday I made a video that I think from the bottom of my heart will help musicians of any level to develop their songwriting. In case you're interested in writing awesome music, I'll make it pop on your screen in a second. I'm Thales, and I'll see you next time.